I'll start off by saying that most Israelis use the Gregorian calendar for their everyday activities, referred to in Hebrew as Luach HaShana HaEzrachi or Luach HaShana HaLoazi. However, the Jewish calendar is used on a daily basis by observant Jews in Israel and abroad, and some of the more ultra-Orthodox communities don't use the Gregorian calendar at all in their everyday life activities. Here in Israel, the Hebrew date can be seen alongside the Gregorian calendar on every official letterhead sent by a government office. You'll see it on every widespread newspaper, on every calendar you'd buy in an Israeli store, and you could even legally write a check using the Hebrew date without writing the Gregorian date. That is, if you still use checks. Throughout the video, I'll be using the terms Jewish calendar and Hebrew calendar interchangeably. They essentially mean the same thing. Most importantly, the Hebrew calendar is always used to determine when the Jewish holidays come out, and all Israelis run according to it, whether they observe the Jewish calendar or not. This happens since basically all vacation days in Israel run according to the Hebrew calendar, so even the non-Jewish citizens of Israel must be aware of the Hebrew date. This calendar is called Luach HaShana HaIvri, meaning the Hebrew calendar. The Jewish calendar is luni-solar, meaning it's based both on the moon as well as the sun. On a so-called regular year, we'll have 12 months, but every 2 to 3 years, we'll have a leap year where we'll add an extra month, totaling to 13 months. This is called in Hebrew a Shana Me'uberet, meaning a pregnant year. Since the solar calendar has 11 more days than the lunar calendar, every 2 to 3 years, we'll have to reset the cycle in order for the holidays to fall out on the correct season. For instance, to make sure that Passover falls out on the spring, and Rosh Hashanah would be at the end of the summer. We see the opposite happening in the Islamic calendar, which is based on the lunar calendar, and since it never adjusts, the month of Ramadan can occur at any given season. Most Hebrew months will have either 29 or 30 days, but 2 of the months can have either 29 or 30 days. The names of the months in the Jewish calendar are derived from ancient Babylonian month names. The Babylonian names also inspired the names of some of the Muslim months as well as some of the Turkish month names. In the Jewish calendar, there is only one month that doesn't have a single holiday or an important remembrance day, while all the rest do, which gives us Jews lots of vacation days, which usually result with lots of food. A really cool aspect that we have in Judaism is that those who follow both the Jewish calendar together with the Gregorian calendar have the opportunity to celebrate 2 birthdays every year, a Hebrew birthday and a Gregorian birthday. Some people will celebrate each of their 2 birthdays. Some will choose either the Jewish or the Gregorian according to their personal preference. And some will just celebrate a birthday month, which begins with one and ends in the other, and all the days in between them are one long festivity. Once every 19 years, the 2 dates will meet again, where those who celebrate both birthdays will only have 1 day to celebrate. Now, let's go through the months of the Jewish calendar, shall we? Tishrei is the first month of the Jewish year, which usually comes out around September or October, and it's packed with holidays. Here, we'll find Rosh Hashanah, meaning Jewish New Year's, Yom Kippur, meaning the Day of Atonement, and Sukkot, the Feast of Tabernacles. Cheshvan is the second month of the Jewish calendar, also known as Mar Cheshvan. On this month, we don't have any special days to celebrate. It's actually quite pleasant, as it's a time we're able to reflect all the caloric sins of the previous month's holidays and lose some weight. Kislev is the third month, usually around November or December, where we'd find Chanukah as the 5 last days of the month, spilling into the 4th month, Tevet, where we celebrate the last 3 days of Hanukkah. On the 10th day of Tevet, many Jews fast, remembering the day the Babylonians started the siege on the ancient city of Jerusalem. Many religious Jews use this day to remember the victims of the Holocaust. On the month of Shvat, we'll celebrate the new year for trees and plants, called Tu B'Shvat, meaning the 15th of Shvat. This is also my birthday month, which makes it the best month in the calendar, at least in my opinion. Adar is the 6th month, where we celebrate Purim. On a leap year, this month will be doubled, where we'll have Adar Aleph, meaning Adar A, and then Adar Bet, meaning Adar B. On a leap year, we celebrate Purim on Adar Bet, as this is the so-called real Adar. Adar is a very festive month, and even though Purim is only one day, the entire month will be filled with the holiday spirit. In Hebrew we say, Mishenichnas Adar marbim besimcha, meaning, once Adar enters, you must increase your happiness. Nisan is the 7th month, and it's nicknamed Chodesh HaAviv in Hebrew, or the month of spring. Here we celebrate Pesach, or Passover, on this month. This is also when spring cleaning comes into action, and every Jewish mother goes through a cleaning frenzy and cleans places even dirt particles haven't heard of. Iyar is the 8th month, and is full of special days. We start off the month with the Yom HaZikaron, or Remembrance Day for the fallen soldiers of Israel. Immediately after comes Yom HaAtzmaut, or Israeli Independence Day. Later in the month, we celebrate Lag BaOmer, where all the children in Israel have bonfires. And at the end of the month, we celebrate Jerusalem Day, to commemorate the day we liberated Eastern Jerusalem in 1967. Sivan comes next. On Sivan, we celebrate Shavuot, also known as the Feast of Weeks. Tammuz is the 10th month, where many Jews commemorate the day that the Roman armies broke through the walls of ancient Jerusalem. 3 weeks later, on the month of Av, many Jews commemorate the day that the Roman armies burnt down the Jewish temple in Jerusalem, and a 2,000-year exile began. This day is called Tisha B'Av. The last and final month of the year is Elul. Elul is considered a very serious month by many Jews, where we reflect upon the year that has passed and look forward to the high holidays of Tishrei, and that concludes the Jewish year. That is all, guys and girls. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, yalla bye!